We are looking at the scatter plot packet starting today. We had planned on starting it on Friday, but we moved pretty quick through 9.1. So here we go, reviewing scattered data. Is that something I got to do?
They're trying to tell us that there's windows there.
Okay, here we go. Which of the scatter plots at the top of which of the scatter plots show little or no association, negative association, linear association, moderately strong association, a very strong association? So we're working with these scatter plots, and we have a new, you never got one yet, and my thing went off? Okay. Two problems all at one time.
I got a question. The clock stopped again.
Oh, that's not what I need. I need to give them... did you want to turn that volume back up, Martine? I don't know if... Can I? Hello? Yes, Anna? Did you guys have a question, or you're talking about the board being off?
Is it echoing? Can you hear me?
They're probably talking about the board being off. Mirroring on room 30. That's just this feedback. Why is this not working?
They're giving us a beat. They're giving Oscar a beat. They're giving Oscar a beat.
Source search. Please. No. Do you guys have internet? Is it the internet? No. Wi-Fi looks like it's still on. Room 30 on. Let's try this. Turn you off, turn you back on. Okay, that worked. Technology, huh? Is this what you guys needed? Something to look at? Thumbs up? Okay, good. We stopped because Anna waved at us, and we're trying to make sure. Is it because there was nothing on the screen? Yeah, okay. I saw a little tiny nod. We'll take that as a little tiny nod. Okay, maybe Anna was just waving at us. Okay, first of all, association is a fancy word for pattern. So let's say pattern. Mark your paper, please. You're going to see the word association a lot here. Association means pattern. Okay? And which of the scatter plots shows little or no pattern in the dots? Are there any here in this 1, 2, 3, 4 that show little or no pattern?
4.
4. So write no association on 4. Association. Okay, association is a fancy name for pattern or things lining up, things coming together. Okay, now a negative association. What do you think negative means? What has negative been when we're looking at graphs? Going down. Looks like they might have a negative association. Here we go. Next to 3 somewhere, write negative association. Okay. A linear association.
2.
2 and 3, I think, both are linear. There's probably more than one answer that could be linear. So I'm going to put linear. Oh, nice spelling, Rigetti. Linear. And then I'm going to add that down here as well. Linear. It's a negative linear association. Moderately strong association. If this is a weak to no association, who do you think is, well, look, we've got two choices left, strong and moderately strong. Who do you think is very strong and who's moderately strong?
1 and 3 because they're compacted.
Okay, so which one's moderately and which one's very?
1 is moderate.
Moderately strong. Pretty compact. And which one's very strong? 3. Good. So kind of using some new vocab here. Some of the ideas about positive and negative are the same. Association means, are they spread out or are they close together? Linear, we can see this is linear. Who remembers what this shape is called? Quadratic. It's like a V or an upside down U. It's quadratic, okay? They didn't ask us that, but just refreshing our memories. Number 2. Which of the scatter plots below show little or no association, negative association, linear association, moderately strong, very strong? We're going to divide and conquer. This table right here, find me the graph that has little or no association. You're A. That table back there, actually we'll put the Ernesto table with the Molly table. You guys have B. Which of these graphs is a negative association? Martine and crew, you got C, linear association. Which graph has a linear association? Middle table, you have moderately strong. And this crew over here with Memo, you have very strong. Look at these graphs. Which one would you identify in your category? This will take 30 seconds at the most. Okay, ready? This table right here, which graph is little or no?
1.
Thank you. Everybody, little association. Okay. The Molly and Ernesto crews, negative. Which graph has a negative association? 4. Negative association. Okay. Martine, Chris, and crew. What one has linear?
2 and 4.
2 and 4 probably. Linear. And this is negative, close to linear. It's not a curve at least. Okay. Moderately strong. Middle table. Who would you call moderate?
3.
He's going to call 3 moderate. Who would we call very? This one isn't as clear cut. This crew is, what would you call very? Okay, so this is very strong. This is moderate. Strong. All right, so kind of looking at some vocabulary, how to describe scatter plots. Now, what do we have here? Drug abuse. Somebody to read for us, please. Thank you, Memo.
A survey was conducted in the United States and 10 countries of Western Europe to determine the percentage of teenagers who had used marijuana and other drugs. The results are summarized in the table.
Okay, A, C, and then there's a D off to the side that we need to do. First A, we're going to create a scatter plot. Let's use our calculators, yes? Pull out your calculator. Okay, on, stat, edit, get to the lists. Clear out old lists. We're going to put marijuana in list 1 and other drugs in list 2. Marijuana in list 1, other drugs in list 2. Go ahead, enter the data, please. Okay, double check your lists. After you're done, are they both the same length? Double check here and there. When I have 19, it says 8. 19, 8, 37, 16. Things are lining up. Do we have thumbs up if you have 2 lists? Good. Still working a tiny bit. Got it, bro? All right. Now we're going to make a scatter plot. So we go second stat plot. Second stat plot. Hello?
Hey, Tina, is Ruby there?
She is.
Can you send her up?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Okay. Second stat plot. Push enter. Now, I know on my calculator I did a scatter plot lately. So where it says type, it's highlighted on the first one. Do you see this right here? Some of you check your calculators. Last week we were working the box and whisker. This time we're looking at scatter plot, list 1. Okay, so it should say on and it should say type scatter plot. Now, before we, and also it should say X is list 1, Y is list 2. So double check your screen matches. Before we go ahead and try and graph it, we also kind of want to look at our data. Everybody put an X above marijuana and a Y above other drugs. That's the axes that these are gonna show up on. We gotta give the window the right parameters. So if I'm looking on the X, what's the lowest number and what's the highest number?
Lowest number is 5, the highest number is 40. No, 53.
53. So let's go to window. I'm going to just leave 0. That's a good low number. But right now I have X max of 10. That won't work. I'm going to change that to 60. X max 60. Hello? Hello? The scatter plot one? Ah. What did I give them then? Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, great. Yep. Bye. Carl, do you mind going on a ambassador mission? They're missing this packet. That's what they were trying to tell us. 2, 3, 6. There we go. Thank you.
What is Anna doing on recording?
Yes. Take your pass. All right. Here we go. We have the X-min and X-max. What do you think for scale? 1, or should we make it go by 5s or 2s?
2.
You like 2s? Let's go by 2s. Okay. Now, Y-min, what do we need when we're looking at other drugs?
Well, the lowest one's 1.
The lowest one's 1, so we'll keep that 0. How about for the Y-max? 31, so how about we make 40? Or do you want to go 60, 60, and then you can really see? What do you guys think? Okay, I'll go 40, and we'll go, or actually, let's go 60 also, and go scale by 2s. So the X-min, Y-min, and scale match for both the X's and the Y's. Brody, did you do this?
Yep.
On the window of your calculator. I know, you got drug into something. Okay, so 0, 62 on the window. Graph. Oh, interesting. All right. I'm going to make a little sketch over here. And it doesn't have to be super precise. We want an idea of the pattern. I see about 4. I see about 3 down low, about 4 right here. I see another 3 right here, and I see 1 over here. Okay, so I'm making a little sketch of what I see in the window. Kenya, are you with us? You got the sketch already? Yeah. All right. So we're just kind of looking at the overall pattern. We don't have to put the numbers down. I will put axes. This is marijuana. And this is other drugs. And this is a survey of drug use by teens. And this was U.S. and Western Europe, but we don't have to write all of that. Okay? So now we created the scatter plot. Write a brief description of the association. So, what do we see? Do we see an association? What are some of the words we could use to describe this association?
Linear association.
Linear. Should we call it strong or moderately strong?
Moderately.
Moderately strong. Would we call it positive or negative?
Positive.
It's linear because they kind of make a line. It's moderately strong because they're a little bit all over, but you can see they're bunching up in a pattern. And they're positive because it's going up. Now let's think about the situation. What that means then, if there's an association, that the data would indicate some association. Don't know whether it's causal or just a correlation, but as teens, as the percentage of teens who've used marijuana increases, what else is increases? Survey conducted of states determined the percent who have used marijuana and other drugs. So that's the percent who've used marijuana increases, the percent of teens who have, hello? What's this axis?
Drugs.
Other drugs. So as marijuana use goes up, what else is going up?
Other drugs.
Use of other drugs is going up. So as the percent of teens who have used marijuana goes up, data would indicate the percent who have used other drugs also goes up. Okay, 2 minutes at your table. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Let's see. We don't know what year this was conducted. Okay, do you think this is true now? Do you think this is a causal relationship? Do you think they have nothing to do with each other? Why do you think we're seeing this association in our data? 2 minutes, starting now. Ready, go. Let's talk to your table.
So, well, like I don't know about this one.
Think out loud. Right now, think out loud. What do you think? What can we take out of this? What about the link between the two? Is there a link? Do you have questions? Do you have questions? Sometimes seeing stuff like this makes say, well, what about? What about? Do you have questions? Are you thinking out loud or in your head? Why does this continue to go off today? All right, and time. Okay, what do you think? Is there an association? The numbers say so, but numbers, they're just dots on paper. Does it mean there is? Excuse me? Mr. Bernal says yes. Okay. Of course, we're talking about other kids, right? All right. So, what do you think? What is there a reason to believe there might be something there? No, Pat. It just is a random coincidence, like we all showed up with black shoes on today, you know? Or no, I'm just making a joke. Okay. Okay. So, you're going to raise your hand. Yes, there's an association. No, there's an association. Or I have more questions. Yeses, raise your hand. Noes, raise your hand. I have more questions, raise your hand. What time is break? Raise your hand. Okay. Yeses, what do you think?
Like why?
Yeah. It could be why, it could be whatever you've heard, it could be, what do you think? Are you being shy, Andy? Okay. Noes, raise your, noes, what do you think?
It wasn't even a no.
Yeah, there were a couple.
I don't think that there's any association because what kid would confess to people that they smoked or did other drugs? Just
So you're thinking,
Lie. They'd say, no, I didn't. I've never done that.
so you think there's a problem with the nature of a survey, that it might not,
I think that is true.
okay, thank you. Who has questions about this? That was kind of a question. Wait a minute, is this truthful if it's just based on a person's response? What else could we ask as questions? Maybe who did they ask?
Obviously, teens.
Obviously teens. But if they ask the teens in this room, or the teens in Petaluma, or the teens in San Rafael, or the teens in London, would they get the same thing? Now they did say 10 countries. I mean, another question would be how many? Did they ask one kid in each place, or how many? So there are some questions to be thought about. Okay, flip the page. Oh man, you know what? Am I looking at a different page than you are?
Yeah. No.
Oh, that's why those guys don't have it. This is next week's homework. Rigetti. Okay, that's all right. What's on your page? Something totally different? Do you have this stuff on your page?
Nope.
No.
Got none of it.
I think another trip up.
No.
I got Gage's tests.
Oh, great. Okay, so here's what I think we need to do. Where's the thing for Friday? That, it looks like, okay, let me see what you have.
Look at all those Patricks and Squid.
Yeah, you have this, but it's, I don't know, okay, I'm not
You're gonna
confused.
go Galgo's
Alright, we're good.
name.
I confused myself there. Here we go. Flip the page a little. Number 4.
I'll read.
Thank you. Burgers.
Fast food is often considered unhealthy because much of it.
Oh, wait. There was something we were still supposed to do on that. Yes. Flip back. D. What does D say? It's off to the side over here. What does D say?
Write the equation.
All right. Here we go. Calculator's on. We got to go to Stat. Calc. Linreg. And I think it's on different spots on different calculators. And mine it's on 4. Find Linreg. List 1 and list 2. I double checked that the X and Y are in the right spot. There we go. All right, the Y equals AX. So Y equals, I'm going to abbreviate or round 0.62 X plus, what should I put? What's B? Negative 3.1. Notice this is a positive slope. Notice as they work backwards to the y-intercept, it would have a negative value. That would equal negative amount of drugs used or negative %. So that doesn't 100% make sense in our situation. But remember, when you think too far forward or too far back, sometimes we got to put boundaries on what's appropriate. But this positive slope is what we were seeing in our scatter plot. Okay, now we can talk about burgers.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Fast food is not considered unhealthy because much of it is high in fat and sodium. But are the changes needed to cure the fat and sodium content in several brands of burgers? Analyze the association between fat content and sodium.
Okay, we're going to make a scatter plot and find the linear regression equation. We're going to interpret the rate of change in terms of the population. I'm going to walk around right now as you get started on number 4. You're going to put this in a list 1 and this in a list 2. Okay? And then scatter plot and linear regression, and eventually you're going to talk about interpreting that scatter plot. Okay, so get started.